Ever imagine living like, a life of luxury, driving a Jaguar,
Wow.
living in a mansion, all while working a, seemingly ordinary government job?
Right.
That was the reality for Aldrich Rick Ames,
Yeah.
a CIA agent
Uh-huh.
who became one of the most damaging moles in American history.
Oh, wow.
His story, it's a chilling reminder
Yeah.
that betrayal can happen even in the,
Yeah.
the most trusted circles.
What's fascinating about
Yeah.
this case is the duality of Ames's life.
Right.
On the surface, he appeared to be a dedicated civil servant,
Yeah.
but underneath, he was living a double life.
Yeah.
Driven by personal demons and ultimately greed.
So today, we're diving deep into the story of Rick Ames,
Great.
his motivations, and the shocking extent of his betrayal.
Yeah.
We'll explore how his seemingly ordinary life unraveled,
Right.
leading him down a path of espionage with devastating consequences.
Uh-huh.
You'll hear about his double life fueled by personal struggles
Right.
and KGB money, and how the CIA remained oblivious to his treachery for almost a decade.
And we'll also examine the systemic issues within the CIA, their blind spots, if you will,
Yeah.
that allowed Ames to operate undetected for so long.
Right. So to fully grasp the magnitude of Ames's betrayal,
Okay.
we need to start at the beginning.
Yeah.
Our sources describe his early career in the CIA as troubled.
I see.
He was stationed in Mexico City.
Okay.
And it seems like he was already battling personal struggles
Mm-hmm.
with alcohol, finances,
Yeah.
and a failing marriage.
Understanding this context is crucial
Yeah.
because it sets the stage for his vulnerability to recruitment
Right.
by the KGB.
Mm.
Imagine you're grappling with these issues,
Yeah.
feeling desperate,
Yeah.
disillusioned,
Yeah.
and a seemingly friendly hand reaches out,
Yeah.
offering a solution.
Yeah.
It's a classic espionage tactic,
Yeah.
exploiting weakness for gain.
It sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. When Rick crossed paths with Igor Shurgin,
Okay.
a KGB agent also operating in Mexico City,
Yeah.
our sources depict their initial meeting as something out of a spy novel.
Oh, really?
A dimly lit dive bar,
I see.
vodka flowing,
Yeah.
each man sizing the other up,
Wow.
unaware of the fateful encounter that would unfold.
This encounter wasn't just a chance meeting. It
Right.
was a calculated move by the KGB.
Yeah.
They were constantly on the lookout for individuals like Rick,
Right.
vulnerable,
Yeah.
disgruntled,
Yeah.
and holding positions of access.
So while they were bonding over drinks,
Uh-huh.
Rick, perhaps seeking solace or simply letting his guard down,
Yeah.
opened up to Shurigan about his personal and financial woes.
Mm-hmm.
He unknowingly revealed his weaknesses
Wow.
to a master manipulator.
This seemingly casual exchange was
Wow.
a turning point.
Yeah.
Shurigan recognized Rick's desperation
Uh-huh.
and saw an opportunity. And for Rick, this marked the beginning of a slippery slope
Yeah.
into betrayal.
It seems like a
Yeah.
classic case of being in the wrong place
Yeah.
at the wrong time
Right.
and making the wrong choices.
Yeah.
And to make matters worse,
Mm-hmm.
Rick's marriage continued to deteriorate.
Oh, no.
Eventually, he moved back to Washington, D.C.
Okay.
and went through a divorce.
I see.
It's like his life was like unraveling.
These personal upheavals
Yeah.
further isolated Rick
Uh-huh.
and exacerbated his financial strain.
Right.
It was during this vulnerable period
Yeah.
that he began a new relationship with Rosario,
Okay.
a Colombian diplomat.
Yeah.
While this relationship provided companionship,
Yeah.
it also plunged him deeper into debt.
So not only was he dealing with the emotional fallout of a divorce,
Yeah,
but now he was facing mounting financial pressure.
exactly.
Okay.
And it's important to remember that at the same time, Rick was promoted to chief of Soviet counterintelligence
Correct.
within the CIA.
Yeah.
This gave him access to highly sensitive information
Right.
about CIA assets,
Yeah.
making him a prime target for the KGB.
Oh, wow.
The timing couldn't have been worse, or from the KGB's perspective, better.
This is where it gets really interesting and scary.
Yeah,
Drowning in debt and feeling desperate,
right.
Rick made contact with the KGB,
Hmm?
this time through Sergei Shuvakin,
Oh,
another KGB agent.
right.
This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment decision.
Right.
It was a calculated move, driven by his increasingly dire circumstances.
What's striking is how Rick justified his actions at this stage.
Yeah.
He convinced himself that he was only providing, low-level information
Right.
things that wouldn't jeopardize national security.
Yeah.
He also believed that the KGB wouldn't harm the agency exposed.
Yeah.
Essentially, he was compartmentalizing his actions, creating a mental barrier to cope with the moral implications of what he was doing.
But as we know, it didn't stop there.
Right.
He started providing increasingly valuable information to the KGB in exchange for larger sums of money.
Right.
His greed was taking over, and the consequences of his actions were becoming more devastating by the day.
This escalation of betrayal highlights a chilling truth about espionage. It's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Those initial justifications often crumble under the weight of self-preservation and the allure of increasing rewards. What might start as a seemingly harmless act can quickly spiral into a web of deceit with devastating consequences.
It's a cautionary tale, really a reminder that even those we trust can be swayed by, greed and desperation.
Yeah.
And as Rick continued down this, this dangerous path, the stakes only got higher.
Right.
There was a pivotal moment that really put the pressure on him. Think about Vitaly Yanko.
Okay.
A high-ranking KGB officer who defected to the United States.
Yanko's defection sent shockwaves through the intelligence community. He had a wealth of knowledge about KGB operations, and he was eager to share it with the Americans. What made this situation even more tense was that Yanko specifically mentioned knowing about a mole operating within the CIA.
Oh, wow.
Imagine being Rick in that moment.
I can only imagine the fear and paranoia he must have felt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But there was a twist.
Okay.
Yanko initially identified another agent, Edward Lee Howard, as the mole.
Okay.
This gave Rick a temporary reprieve. However, he was still tasked with debriefing Yanko.
Wow.
A man whose very job was to, uncover spies. It's a classic cat and mouse scenario.
I'm trying to picture this, Rick. A mole himself.
Right.
Sitting across from a KGB defector who's hunting for a mole.
Yeah.
The psychological pressure must have been, immense.
Oh, yeah.
Did he ever crack under that pressure?
Amazingly, Rick managed to maintain his composure.
Right.
He relied on his compartmentalization skills.
Okay.
Separating his emotions from his actions.
Yeah.
It's a chilling testament to his ability to, to deceive, even when facing someone who could expose him. He continued feeding information to the KGB.
Wow.
Even as he sat face to face with Yanko.
It's almost like he was living a double life within a double life.
Right.
And all the while the CIA was growing, increasingly suspicious of a mole within their ranks, unaware that the culprit was, right under their noses.
Yeah.
Speaking of suspicions, Rick had to face another hurdle, the infamous polygraph test.
The polygraph, often seen as a truth-telling device, can be a psychological minefield, even for innocent individuals. For Rick, knowing the truth he was concealing, it must have been an incredibly tense experience.
I can't believe he passed.
Yeah.
What allowed him to, fool the system?
Remember, polygraphs aren't foolproof. They measure physiological responses like heart rate and perspiration, which can be influenced by stress, anxiety, or even, skillful manipulation. In Rick's case, his ability to detach himself emotionally from his actions likely played a role.
Okay.
He convinced himself that his actions were justified, allowing him to maintain a calm demeanor during the test.
That's incredible and terrifying at the same time. It makes you wonder how many other spies might be slipping through the cracks because of the limitations of polygraphs.
It raises serious questions about the over-reliance on polygraphs as a primary vetting method. It highlights the need for more comprehensive approaches that take into account psychological factors and behavioral analysis.
It's a reminder that human deception is a complex puzzle. And there's no single tool that can solve it definitively. And as Rick continued to evade detection, his double life took on an even more extravagant facade.
Okay.
He and Rosario were living in Rome, enjoying luxurious vacations, and spending money lavishly.
This extravagant lifestyle, fueled by KGB money, eventually raised red flags, even with Rosario.
Okay.
She began noticing Rick's unexplained wealth, the expensive gifts, the trips, the lifestyle they couldn't afford on their,
government salaries.
I imagine she must have been, torn.
Yeah.
On one hand, she was enjoying the benefits of Rick's betrayal.
Yeah.
But on the other, she was starting to, suspect the truth. A truth that could shatter their lives.
Exactly. Yeah. When she confronted Rick, he initially tried to cover his tracks with a story about a wealthy friend named Robert, who was supposedly the source of their newfound fortune.
Okay.
But Rosario wasn't convinced. She sensed something was, deeply wrong.
So did Rick confess everything to her?
Yeah.
What was her reaction?
Eventually, faced with her, persistent questioning, Rick came clean.
Yeah.
He confessed his espionage.
Right.
The money.
Yeah.
The lies.
Wow.
It was a risky move.
Yeah.
Putting his fate in her hands.
What did she do?
Yeah.
Did she turn him in?
Her reaction is fascinating.
Yeah. Instead of going to the authorities, she chose to stay silent.
Yeah.
Some might see it as, complicity.
Yeah.
But her motivations remain a subject of debate.
Right.
Perhaps it was loyalty, fear, or a mix of both.
It's a complex situation.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she wrestled with the, moral implications of her choice.
Yeah.
But while Rosario grappled with her secret knowledge, the CIA was finally closing in on Rick.
Okay.
It's almost like a separate drama was unfolding.
Back at CIA headquarters, Jean Verteff, a seasoned investigator known for her meticulous attention to detail, was leading the mole hunt.
Okay.
She had been piecing together the puzzle for years, meticulously analyzing the patterns of compromised assets, the timing, the access points. She was starting to see a pattern, and it pointed to Rick.
So it wasn't just a hunch. She had, concrete evidence.
Not initially. Okay. It started with a seemingly insignificant detail. An anonymous tip came in from one of Rick's coworkers, someone who had observed his extravagant spending habits.
Yeah.
The tipster noted Rick's new car, his expensive clothes, the lavish dinners.
It just goes to show that even the smallest, details can be crucial in uncovering a larger truth.
Absolutely.
Jean must have recognized the significance of this tip.
It corroborated the suspicions she had been harboring.
Right.
Jean immediately launched a full-scale investigation into Rick's finances. And the evidence quickly began to, to mount his bank records, his credit card statements, his property acquisitions. They all painted a picture of wealth that couldn't be explained by his, government salary.
It was like a financial trail leading straight to the truth.
Yeah.
But the CIA didn't have the authority to, to arrest Rick.
Right.
So Jean had to bring in the FBI.
This marked a turning point in the investigation.
Yeah.
The FBI, with its broader legal powers, could utilize surveillance techniques and gather evidence that the CIA couldn't. They could tap phones, track movements, and even delve into Rick's personal life.
It must have been a relief for Jean to finally have the, resources and manpower to really dig into this case.
Yeah.
What did the FBI uncover during their investigation?
The FBI, led by a team of dedicated agents, meticulously built their case against Rick.
Right.
They conducted, surveillance following his movements, noting his contacts. They analyzed his financial records, tracing the flow of money, identifying the source of his, unexplained wealth.
Yeah.
They even went through his, his trash.
They actually went through his garbage.
Yeah.
That sounds like, something out of a like a spy movie.
Right.
What did they find?
You might be surprised at what people discard thinking it's worthless.
Yeah.
In Rick's trash, they discovered a coded note written in his handwriting.
Okay.
This note, once confirmed their suspicions. Right. It was a message to the KGB.
Wow.
Arranging a meeting in Colombia.
So after years of, suspicion and investigation, they finally had like concrete proof of Rick's betrayal.
Right.
What happened next?
With this crucial evidence, the FBI orchestrated a plan to apprehend Rick. It was a carefully coordinated operation designed to catch him red-handed and prevent him from, destroying any evidence.
Right.
Picture this. A chilly February morning.
Okay.
Rick leaving his house, about to get into his red Jaguar. Yeah. Feeling, confident and oblivious to the net closing in around him.
He was still living that, lavish lifestyle.
Yeah.
Thinking he had, outmaneuvered everyone.
Exactly. So, and then in a flash, FBI agents swarmed in.
Wow.
Blocking him with their guns drawn.
It must have been a moment of, utter shock and disbelief for Rick.
Right.
The facade he had so carefully constructed came crashing down.
Yeah, the arrest was the culmination of years of, painstaking work by the CIA and FBI.
Yeah.
But the repercussions were far from over.
What happened to Rick after the arrest?
Faced with overwhelming evidence, Rick confessed to his crimes.
Okay.
He pleaded guilty to charges of espionage and tax evasion, and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
And what about Rosario?
Yeah.
What was her fate?
Rosario also pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit espionage and tax evasion.
Okay.
However, in an attempt to, protect her and their son, Rick agreed to cooperate with authorities.
Okay.
In exchange for a lighter sentence for Rosario.
Right.
She ended up serving a 6-year prison sentence.
So in a twisted way, Rick was trying to, make amends for his actions, at least as far as his family was concerned. Yeah. But the damage he inflicted on the CIA, on national security, and on the lives of the agents he betrayed was immeasurable.
It's a sobering reminder that espionage isn't just a game of secrets and intelligence.
Right.
It involves real people with real lives that are irrevocably altered by acts of, betrayal. Right. The human cost of Rick's actions is perhaps the most tragic aspect of this entire story.
You're right. Yeah. It's easy to get caught up in the, intrigue of spycraft.
Right.
But we can't forget about the individuals whose lives were shattered as a result of Rick's greed. What happened to the CIA assets he exposed?
The consequences for those agents were devastating.
Right.
Some were imprisoned, subjected to torture.
Oh, wow.
And tragically, some were even executed.
Oh, my God.
Because of the information Rick provided to the KGB. Yeah. Their dedication and sacrifice were met with, betrayal. Yeah. Their lives tragically cut short or forever altered.
It's a heartbreaking reminder that the ramifications of espionage extend far beyond the immediate players. Right. The ripple effects can be felt across the, across the globe. Yeah. Impacting countless innocent lives.
And it wasn't just the agents on the ground who suffered. Yeah. The entire intelligence community was shaken to its, to its core.
Right.
Rick's betrayal was a breach of trust at the highest level, and it forced the CIA to, to confront its vulnerabilities. They had to reevaluate their systems, their vetting process, their entire approach to counterintelligence.
It's like a fundamental pillar of their operation had been shattered.
Exactly.
Right.
The CIA had to rebuild trust, both internally and with its foreign partners. Yeah. This introspection led to, significant reforms aimed at preventing another Ames from slipping through the cracks. But it also exposed, systemic issues that had allowed him to operate undetected for so long.
So let's talk about those, blind spots.
Okay.
What were the factors that enabled Rick to carry on his deception for almost a decade?
There were several contributing factors.
Yeah.
And they provide a stark reminder that even the most elite intelligence agencies are vulnerable to human error and manipulation.
Right.
One key factor was the CIA's tendency to, overlook or downplay Rick's personal struggles.
Okay.
He had a history of, heavy drinking, financial instability, and marital problems.
Those seem like pretty big red flags.
Yeah.
How could they ignore those warning signs?
At the time, the focus was primarily on external threats, on enemy agents and foreign adversaries. There was a sense of complacency.
An assumption that everyone within their ranks was driven by, patriotism and loyalty.
Right.
They failed to recognize that internal threats could be just as dangerous.
So they were blinded by their own assumptions about their, colleagues.
It was a crucial oversight.
Yeah.
In Rick's case, these personal struggles created vulnerabilities that the KGB expertly exploited.
Wow.
They preyed on his desperation, offering him a way out of his, financial woes in exchange for betraying his country.
Yeah.
It was a Faustian bargain that had devastating consequences.
It sounds like the CIA, relied too heavily on polygraph tests as a, primary means of vetting and monitoring their agents.
Yes, the over-reliance on polygraphs was another, significant blind spot, as we've seen.
Polygraphs are not, foolproof. They can be manipulated. And they're only as effective as, the questions being asked and the interpretation of the results. Rick's ability to, compartmentalize, to detach himself emotionally from his actions. Likely allowed him to pass the test despite his deception.
So what are the, key takeaways here? What can we learn from Rick Ames' story?
Rick Ames' story is a cautionary tale with important lessons for intelligence agencies and really anyone in a position of trust. It highlights the importance of vigilance, critical thinking, and constant self-reflection. You can't simply assume that everyone within your organization is trustworthy, no matter how prestigious or elite the group.
So don't just assume everyone is a good guy, even within your own team. You need to be constantly evaluating, scrutinizing, looking for potential vulnerabilities.
Exactly. It's crucial to challenge assumptions, scrutinize systems, and constantly look for, potential weaknesses. Both internal and external complacency can be a dangerous enemy.
Because the cost of complacency, as we've seen, can be incredibly high.
Absolutely. Rick Ames' story serves as a stark reminder that betrayal can come from the most, unexpected places. And even the most sophisticated intelligence agencies are susceptible to, human fallibility.
Well, that's a chilling thought, but an important one. It's a story that makes you question everything and everyone, especially those in positions of power. If someone like Rick Ames, entrusted with protecting national security, could betray his country for personal gain, how can we ever truly be sure who to trust?
It's a question that has no easy answers. We need to be aware of the complexities of human nature, the motivations that drive individuals, and the systems that can be manipulated. It's a constant process of evaluation, vigilance, and safeguarding against potential threats.
And perhaps, most importantly, We need to be willing to learn from, the mistakes of the past, so we can prevent such betrayals from happening again in the future.
Well said. The fight to protect our secrets, our security, and our values is an ongoing one and requires, constant vigilance, critical thinking, and a healthy dose of skepticism.
On that note, we'll leave you to ponder these, unsettling truths. Subscribe to the Deep Dive for more fascinating explorations of history, espionage, and the, human condition. We'll continue to uncover hidden truths, challenge your assumptions, and leave you with more questions than answers.
Wonderful.
Until next time, keep questioning everything.